Francis Crick. Francis Harry Compton Crick was born on June 8, 1916 in Northampton, England. Son of Harry and Annie Crick, Francis was the eldest of two boys. Francis's grandfather, Walter Drawbridge Crick, was a naturalist who introduced Francis to the scientific world at a very young age. At age 12, Crick announced to his mother that he was no longer going to attend church, for he preferred a scientific outlook to life rather than a religious one. At age 14, Crick received a scholarship to attend Mills Hill School in London, where he studied chemistry, mathematics, and physics. In 1937, at the age of 21, Francis Crick received his Bachelor's of Science in Physics from University College of London. After receiving his bachelor's degree, Crick immediately began graduate work at the university. However, the outbreak of World War II halted Crick's research projects when a bomb partially destroyed the laboratory in which he performed his research. Once the war was underway, Crick became a scientist for the British Admiralty, researching magnetic and acoustic landmines. During his time in the British Admiralty, in 1940, Francis Crick married Ruth Doreen Dodd, and that same year experienced the birth of his only son, Michael Francis Compton Crick. In 1947, Crick left the British Admiralty and divorced Ruth, his wife of 7 years. After the Admiralty, Crick was awarded a fellowship with the Medical Research Council at Strangeways Laboratory in Cambridge, where he began to study the physical properties of cytoplasm in a cell. During his time at Strangeways Laboratory, Crick met and married his second wife, Odile Speed, with whom he eventually fathered two daughters, Gabrielle Ann and Jacqueline Marie Therese. After 2 years at Strangeways Laboratory, Crick moved to the Cavendish Laboratory in Cambridge, where he began studying protein structure. It was at the Cavendish Laboratory in 1951 where Francis Crick met James D. Watson, a fellow biologist. Despite a 12-year age difference, James Watson and Francis Crick immediately connected over an unsolved mystery in the biological world, the unknown structure of DNA. This molecule, which was believed to have contained genetic information, was thought by the two scientists to be the key to unlocking a few of life's many mysteries. In 1953, after 2 years of talking with fellow scientists, viewing X-ray crystallographic images, and calculating complicated mathematical equations, Francis Crick and James Watson solved the mystery of DNA structure. Crick and Watson proposed that DNA was a double helix molecule composed of two anti-parallel phosphate backbones with pairs of nucleotide bases bonded in the middle. The nucleotide bases, joined by hydrogen bonds, always paired the same, adenine with thymine and guanine with cytosine. Crick and Watson also proposed DNA's means of replication. They proposed that DNA unzips down the middle of the base pairs, creating two separate helices. On top of these separated helices builds a new helix, exactly identical to the one before it. Because Crick and Watson's proposed structure of DNA fit all experimental data, it was immediately accepted by the scientific world. In 1962, Francis Crick, along with James Watson and Maurice Wilkins, was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine. After discovering the structure of DNA, Francis Crick began to work on the role of DNA in genetic coding, a science dealing with the role of genetic material in protein synthesis. After a few years studying the subject, Crick took part in several experiments that helped scientists discover the trinucleotide sequences that form amino acids. Along with genetic coding, Crick was also active in proposing a theory on the origin of life. Termed directed panspermia, Crick's theory stated that the origin of life arose from an extraterrestrial civilization that intentionally sent seeds of life to Earth. These seeds of life, believed to have been small microorganisms, then evolved into life as we know it. Although not disproven, directed panspermia is a far-fetched theory that is unsupported by most scientists. Francis Crick died of colon cancer on July 28, 2004, at the age of 88. Francis Crick will be most remembered for discovering the key to life, the structure of DNA. This discovery has had many effects on society, but most importantly has led to the greater understanding of why we are who we are.